Hello plant people, it is Nora the Leca Queen. I've got something really special to show you today in conjunction with my friends from Soltech. I am going to light it up in here. My plants are going to be so happy because I am upping my grow light game. My good friends from Soltech sent me some grow bulbs to try out and I am eager to put them to the test, and I am going to do that with all of you. So first things first, let's do that all important unboxing. So I got these bulbs a few days ago and I'm really excited. So it was this box that came for me and I have opened it up and this is what I found. This is a Vita LED grow light. And it is a full spectrum grow light and that lifts up like so. And that box just feels so good. It feels so firm. Instructions, obviously, and that is where that baby lies. So when you take up that little thin piece of foam, there she lies. And that, my friends, is the Vita Grow bulb. And it really has some weight to it, which I think is good. And that's what that looks like. There. Look at that. It looks really good. I don't know if you can tell that it looks really good. It feels really good too. So I'm really looking forward to trying that. So let's talk about the options. So you can have this grow light in the white, like I have, or you can have it in the black. And I'm guessing you would choose that because it's what matches your lamp. So it's entirely a preference. You can also get it in a dimmable or a non-dimmable version. Although for those of us who are not in Canada or the United States, we don't have that option. We only get the non-dimmable option, which for me is not a deal breaker at all. What you also get is a narrow beam, or a wide beam. Let me explain a little bit about that. A narrow beam light, it has a narrow angle, about 36 degrees, and you're generally using this for plants that are going to be at a further distance or hanging from between 60 to 2 meters. So plants that are a bit further away, you're going to use the narrow beam. And for plants that are a bit closer, you're wanting to use the wider beam. They do have a lot of all that information on their website. So if you're not clear about what kind of bulb you need to get, just hit up the Soltech guys and they will steer you right. As I said, in the box, you get the lamp and you get a manual. So the lamp is said to be very energy efficient because you are going to want to have your grow lights on for a pretty long period of time. So some people say 12 to 16 hours, depends on what you're trying to do. You do want to have that grow light not use as much power as possible because bills do add up. So I like that this has been marketed as a grow light that doesn't use so much power. So that's great. It is marginally green, so that's good. The thing that I really like about this grow bulb is you can put it into any lamp. Any lamp that you've got lying around the house or that you can cheaply buy anywhere. This is an E26 attachment and it works really well for me in Australia because all I need to find is an E27 attachment and that works just fine. This grow bulb, in theory, is meant to go for 30,000 hours. That translates to 3.4 years, which also translates to 1,250 years. So you're gonna have use of this baby for a pretty long time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to finding that out and seeing whether that holds true. For those of you who are interested in the technical details, this grow bulb is 1,500 lumens and it is 3,000 kelvins. This video is not going to be about PAR and all the rest of the things that you're measuring when you're using grow lights. That's not what this video is about. I know very little about that stuff and I am happy to refer you to some videos where some very, very clever chaps do some very clever things with grow lights. So if you're interested in that, just let me know in the comments below and I'll refer you on. Anyway, that's all that out of the way. Now I'm going to show you how I am going to use this grow light for my plants in my home. So over the weekend, I went off to IKEA, which I think for me is the cheapest place I can find some decent lamps. I was looking for floor lamps, so I got 4 decent floor lamps, not too badly priced, and I am going to use those to house my grow bulbs. I have restructured all my plants in my home in readiness for these grow bulbs. And if you've seen my video where I show you how I've got my plants placed in my home, click on the link above if you haven't. Forget all that because I have changed everything over and I'm going to show you what that looks like in a second. So I'll show you what lamps I've got. We'll put the bulbs in and we'll have a bit of a play with my plants. Let's do it. This is a Hector lamp. It's really, really big. I love that it's got this wide open surface and that's really going to beam that light out. I've got another Hector lamp, so I've got 2 of those. In addition to the Hector lamp, I've got another little lamp. This lamp over here, I forget what this one's called, but this is the lamp that I'm going to use to direct the light to my plants that are living on the floor. So again, I got 2 of those. So I've got the 2 big ones that are going to be beaming at the top and the 2 little ones that are going to be beaming at the bottom. So I'll put the bulbs in and we'll get playing. That's my grow bulb and I'll put that into my lamp. All I need to do is just, it's a turn thing. And in that goes. See, I love how the white of the bulb bounces off the white interior of that. So this is why I specifically chose the white bulb, because I knew it would look good, because I thought if I put a black one in there, it'll look a bit off. But you know, it could be mix and matching, depends on what you like. So that's the lamp going into my smaller one. And that just screws in like so. And that again, I love how that looks. That looks pretty. Before I turn the lights on, I want you to see how all my plants are arranged, and then I'll put the lights on. So in this corner over here, I've got my poles. I've got my really, really big poles, and I do have some plants right at the bottom. I've got my Dieffenbachia over there in the corner. I've got my Philodendron Glorious, and I've got my moss wall at the back there. And right there is my Marble Queen pole. And down at the bottom, I've got my Philodendron Mame, Silver Cloud, a few other moss poles at the front. I've got some Calatheas, and I have some of my very, very precious Monsteras. I've got my Monstera Type Constellation, Monstera Albo, and my Monstera Aurea living there as well. And in that corner, you can see my Neon Pothos moss pole shining like a beacon. And then I've got this shelving over here where I've got some other plants as well. And right back there in the corner, you can see my Monstera deliciosa that's got the extended moss pole. And if you'd like to see how I extended that moss pole, click on the link above and it'll show you how I made that Monstera moss pole to be so big. But yeah, this is what my plants look like at the moment. And this is actually how dark my home is right now, and it's actually a little bit lighter right now because I've got my recording light on. In a minute, I'm going to turn the grow lights on. If you're finding value from this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps my channel. My lights are now on and it looks absolutely fabulous. I'll take you closer so you can see how the plants have now been illuminated. So this is how I have them placed. I've got the 2 big lamps shining down on the longer poles, on the taller poles, and I've got the two shorter ones shining down on the plants right at the bottom. So you can see there's light going throughout that span of plants. And when I come to my little shelf here, you've got light there as well. I'm really happy with this. It looks fabulous. It's such a calm light. It's not too bright. It fits so well in my home. I wouldn't have a problem keeping these lights on throughout the day, to be honest. And I think it would really look good in the evening time as well. I don't think I'd need to use any of, the normal lights. So I'm really happy with how this looks, and I hope my plants really love them. Of course, I think I do need more grow lights because there's still that other corner that's not as illuminated as I would like it to be. So I'll probably get some additional lighting for there as well. But all in all, I think this has worked really, really well, and I'm looking forward to getting some extra growth from my plants. I highly recommend that, you hit yourself up with some grow lights, and definitely you can't go wrong with the Soltech ones. The really good thing about Soltech is they do have other products, not just the grow lights. They've got other products that you can use to sort of create like a grow wall or things like that. So I highly recommend you just go check them out. Go on their website and see what they've got. You might find something that works better for your home instead of having lamps if you don't like the lamp look. I love that they say making life a little greener. So it's greener because it doesn't use as much power, and it makes your life greener because your plants are just going to be luscious. I really, really love it. Check in the description below for a special discount code and a discount link. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Goodbye.